Could these underperformers be primed for a pop, or is there much more pizza pain ahead? For more on that, let's bring in Slice Pizza founder and CEO Ilir Sela. Ilir, thank you so much for joining us. You know, we often think about pizza as a possible recession indicator, with people buying more pizza when things maybe get tough and it just becomes a more affordable option. It doesn't seem like we're seeing that from the big players, but what are you seeing in your business?
Yeah, and thank you so much for having me. I think pizza has been synonymous with some of the big chains, but what we're seeing is actually a renaissance on the independent side. So Slice powers 20,000 independent family-run businesses, pizza shops, you know, the staple around the corner, with all of the tech and services that benefit the big chains. And what we're seeing is 4,800 new independent pizza shops opened up last year, an all-time record. Compare that to about 222 locations for the big chains. And so really what we're seeing is a shift from big chain to independents as the technology and convenience factor is kind of evening out through services like Slice and other players in the space.
Ilir, I was having a conversation with a mutual friend of ours, Jeff Richards from GGV, who's also an investor in your fine company, Slice, yesterday. And he was telling me, and he was saying of all the companies that he looks across, he sits on lots of boards, he was talking on some of the trends in small, medium, and business. He said they're not seeing a slowdown in CapEx, in just in business in general. Give us a sense, because you just gave us the scale of which you're helping lots of SMBs across the country, different geographies. What's it like out there? Do you have your finger on the pulse? Because there's an obsession right now with whether we're going to be in a recession or not at some point this year. I'm just curious what you guys are seeing.
Definitely have the finger on the pulse. Look, I spoke with the owner of Billy's Pizza in Brooklyn, New York, Nino's Pizza in New Jersey, Johnny from Johnny's Pizza in North Carolina. And the common theme is that they're seeing same-store sales growth year on year. Certainly, there's the consumer trend in terms of their appetite for pizza has remained pretty consistent. I think there's probably a shift happening from, again, some of the larger chains as their prices are creeping up, but the quality doesn't match. So certainly, we're seeing strength. And again, part of that is also because pizza has always been a bit of a economic value product and play. You know, for a family, you can feed an entire family with a large pizza for, the average is about $16. So certainly not seeing any softness in the category. And we continue to see players, small businesses expand. There's businesses opening up their second, third location, and as well as moving their entire business online. Obviously, that's a big part of the consumer shift.
Ilir, if the average price of pizza is $16, is that where it is now before inflation, or how has inflation impacted the cost of the ingredients that go into pizza, potential delivery fees or other sort of service fees that are related to getting you that pizza?
Yeah, I mean, we definitely see an uptick in menu prices going up ever so slightly for the independents. We have actually this great sliceoftheunion.com platform where all of the insights are actually made transparent for anyone to go and consume. So we're seeing menu prices inch up, definitely seeing delivery fees kind of inch up, as well as labor shortages, continue to plague not only big chains, but the family-run businesses. However, I think the difference here is that the consumer is willing to pay for quality, and that's what you get with a family-run small business. And I don't know if the quality matches the price with some of the big chains. That's my hypothesis. I think that Domino's and Papa John's have always been a value play. And the question is, does that still hold true today as they face pressures, both from food prices and labor shortages?